It's not a short week. Thank you to Brent Shagugla.
Yep.
For helping out back there in the video department. Thank you so much. Despite whatever video issues there might be, connectivity and such, Brent Shagugla is got us in good hands, along with our own Bill Squire. The last Cox Out party of the NFL season is happening on Sunday afternoon.
Ooh.
Last Browns home game was back on Christmas Eve. The weather jammed that up. So we're going to do a watch party on Sunday afternoon. Browns are in Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. We're going to do it at the Ivy, which is where we always do it. Done it for many years there. Love the Ivy. West 6 and Lakeside. And so we're going to do it from 1 to 3. We're going to do a Browns watch party. It's going to be your very last chance to win that trip to the Bahamas, too, courtesy of Bud Light. Play a little bit of finger football. So we will have the people who have won from weeks past, and then you will have a last-ditch effort to get in there, too. And then we're going to give that trip away. So 1 to 3, I've already heard from a bunch of listeners who are coming down. One girl's coming down for her birthday, and I promised her I would buy her a birthday shot.
Oh, nice.
So 1 to 3, Sunday afternoon, Browns in Pittsburgh. We're going to do a watch party for the final Cox Out of this NFL season at the Ivy.
That finger football is tricky.
It's deceptively difficult.
And then there's some people that are so good out of it, and like out of nowhere. Like you can never figure out who's going to be good at it. But the day that I filled in for you, there's some people that get like 4 or 5, and then I think our winner that day got like 26 or something. It was crazy.
Very first week we did it, first Browns home game, we set it up, and I thought I was going to kill it because, you know, you grow up folding little paper triangles.
Yeah.
And
but these aren't paper triangles.
No, they're little foam footballs. Yep,
yeah.
and it's a whole thing. There's a little plastic uprights, and it's a whole official thing with a scoreboard and everything. I thought I was going to kill it. Holy cow, did I have to practice that to even get a few? Because I think you get 30 seconds, 45 seconds,
45
something like
seconds,
that.
I think, is what they were doing when I was there.
And you're right. Some people murder it, and other people...
Lucky to get one.
Yeah. But anyway, last
still
chance
fun
to do
watching either way.
It's a lot of fun.
They're killing it, or it's hilarious watching them struggle so much.
Yeah. It's also fun watching me run around picking up the foam footballs from off the ground, helping out the promotions team.
There's all those hot girls that work there, but we're the ones bending over at the waist. Like, hey, what do you think of this can?
Say no to crack.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 to 3 Sunday afternoon, the very final Cox Out at the Ivy, West 6 and Lakeside with MMS and Bud Light. See what happened to Peyton Hillis? Remember Peyton Hillis?
Of course.
Here on this show, he was famous. Yeah, he was famous here because our own Erica Lauren said that he could pee on her if he wanted to. That's how much she liked him. Peyton Hillis played for the Cleveland Browns. He made his way around the league. He played for the Broncos, played for the Giants. He was on vacation in Florida and swam out. There were 2 kids, one of them his, and one of them like a cousin or a niece or a nephew who were swimming too far out into the ocean, and he went out to get him, and he took a ton of salt water in his lungs and nearly drowned, and he's still unconscious. They had to chopper him to the hospital.
But the kids are okay?
The kids are fine.
Okay.
But Peyton Hillis, who is in his mid-30s, he's still a young man, he is still unconscious. I mean, he's doing worse than what's his name?
All these damn athletes are getting
DeMar
killed and
this was like, but this happens all the time where like you know, these parents who die saving their kids because the tide pulls them out or something, and they were working at the hospital to get the salt water pumped out of his lungs because that just completely jams your kidneys up. And once the kidneys go, you're screwed. So they're really working hard to get him back to normal. He went to the University of Arkansas. And so all the Razorback fans remember Peyton Hillis. But we remember him here in Cleveland for being on the Cleveland Browns.
That's in the NWA.
Northwest Arizona.
No, Arkansas.
Why did I say
I don't
Arizona?
know why you
We
said
were just
Arizona.
talking about Arkansas.
Yeah, that's why I brought up NWA.
Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
That's where Mary is Arkansas?
Yeah, she's down there.
Is she playing the same place you did?
I think so. Some of them. I don't know if she's doing all the ones that I did, but she's doing a couple of them.
Did she fly into the Bill and Hillary Clinton airport?
whatever the one is in NWA. I don't know. I don't think it's that one because I think that's in Little Rock. But she's over there. Our friend Raj just got back from India. He had to go home for a while they worked out his paperwork so he could come back here and start his new job.
What's the new job?
I mean, computers.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
That's like his day gig?
Yeah.
No wonder he wants to be a comedian.
It's something specific, but he's like a good financial guy. Like he knows all that stuff. I don't know what he's explained what his job is to me a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but they didn't file the paperwork in time, so he had to go back to India just to be safe, so he wouldn't get actually deported. They got it all straightened out. Now he's back, and Mary's down there doing some shows with him.
Yeah, one of Gwen's cousins lives in London. He went to grad school there, met a girl. She's from China. They got, I don't know what their situation is. Married, I think. They're young. But then she went home to see her family and couldn't get back because of COVID. So, like, he hadn't seen her in 2 years or something.
Oh,
and
man.
then she gets back to London for the holidays. But neither of them come back here. It's a weird thing. People be going back and forth to other countries with what the pandemic has done over the past few years, especially a place like China or India or whatever. So they're trying to get Peyton Hillis back to 100%, but he's still in the hospital there.
Well, I hope he does.
In Florida, yeah.
I hope he's okay.
Because he was, for some reason, I was thinking he was here for a while, but he wasn't, was he?
No,
his whole career wasn't that long.
His whole career wasn't that long. He had one really great season with the Browns, and then the following season, he wanted a contract extension, and so he was injured for a bunch of games and didn't play.
Okay.
So and then I think he got cut or traded or something to I want to say Kansas City, and then he bounced around to the Broncos and Giants.
Yeah, he retired in 2015. So doctors say he's improving, but he's still in the ICU, and but what a way to get he saved a couple of kids.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Of course, we here on this show, of course, Erica said she enjoyed his work so much that he could relieve himself.
Well, maybe if he peed on her now, it would help him.
I texted her this morning, and I go, "Oh, his peeing days might be over." And she was like, "I almost sent you that," and then I guess something stopped her. Who knows? Everybody in the break sending me their car stories for Poundcake. The consensus seems to be that you're probably just fine, and it's just a plastic splash shield.
Yeah.
That's what I think it
And
is.
it's probably not a big deal.
I'm going to unscrew it. I'm supposed to be stopping by it. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, put some new nails in it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be stopping by my brother's house after work today. Not that he can help me, but he can guide me and probably has the right tools. So we'll see what's going on. Maybe I'll buy a new car. Who knows?
Yeah, look at you.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
I know.
Can I say this, though? Your brother stresses me out.
Yeah, try living with him. Well, not living with him, but try being his brother.
He's just telling me, I drove him home yesterday after work, and he's just telling me these stories about how his brother's just making some financial decisions, and you're just like, what are you doing, dude? And
His brother is doing that?
Yeah, he's
Well, yeah, what did you say the other day? He bought his kid a ball pit or something, or a bumper car?
That's not anything.
Well, it sounds expensive.
no, those little ball pits, you can get those for
they're a couple
40,
$100.
$50.
What about the bumper car?
I don't know.
We're talking about much bigger.
Oh,
It's okay,
yeah?
but I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that. I just
You know what, though? I bet.
But it's the effect that it has on Poundcake that bums me up because.
But my anxiety is everyone thinks it's like, oh, what's going on with you where you can't be. I feel for other people. I'm a feeler.
You are not.
I am.
You're very publicly not.
For people that I care about, I am.
But because of the way the family dynamic is with him and his mom and his brother, he takes on a lot of that stress that his brother doesn't seem to have.
It's been like that way since we were kids.
But also, could part of this be because your brother was in that awful accident? That he's
Sure.
kind of like, life is short, yo, and I need it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not even gonna get into it. Again,
Come on, get into
I
it.
love my brother.
Get into it.
No, I love my brother. I'm not.
No
gonna
one questions that you love your brother. It's not about love. It's
No,
about
we
financial decisions.
But we are just vastly different. I am very frugal, and my brother is. It'll work out somehow, and to his credit, it mostly does. What is money? Like what is,
well, money is a thing. It's important.
I'm saying
I mean,
credit scores are all made up. Credit cards are all made up. It's money that's in the air. It's not. You don't see it. You can't hold it. What does it really mean? If it's something that can be manipulated, you can manipulate it the other way too. So maybe I'm the sucker. I'm poor. Like I'm poor. I've been poor. We grew up lower middle class. Like lower middle class, we had just enough money to not be on public assistance. So I don't know if people would take umbrage with that, but we made just enough money to not get any help.
there's probably a lot of people that grew up that exact same way.
And, And so my lifestyle hasn't changed so much. I have learned to go without. See, that's the thing. I don't take out loans. It's a very different way of thinking. I don't take out loans.
That's a good way of thinking. People don't realize you have to learn how to be poor.
That's
right. And I think,
but the thing is, the only thing I've taken out a loan for was to like better myself. Like a car, I don't care about appearances. I don't care if my car's raggedy. If it gets me to where I need to go, that's fine. I took out a loan for college because I thought it would benefit me in the long run. Again, if I can't,
swing and a miss.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, if I can't afford something, I just won't have it. I'll go without, or I'll mooch off of someone else's, like my Netflix account. I don't splurge for that. If I can get it from someone else, I will. But I'll be upfront about it. I'm not going to be like, hey, yo, or like steal someone's password. But I'll ask, and if they let me, okay, I asked.
But the way I saw it last night, and I'm going to be kind of vague here because I know you don't want this all burnt out, or you all aired out, is how he does these things and he doesn't worry about it, but then you worry on his behalf.
Why are you worrying for other people?
And that's what I was telling him. Like, you can't, like, you can tell your brother all these different things. You can say, don't do this, don't do that. He's going to do what he's going to do. And so you got to relieve yourself of being that worry for him because
what if he makes it work?
It's only stressing you out. It's not stressing him out. It's not making him make better decisions.
I know, but it's the same thing as when you're having a panic attack and you just say, calm down. Like, I understand what you're saying, but that doesn't make...
Well, you do it through setting boundaries and just saying...
I'm working on that.
I know, and that's what I think is very good for you.
God, I wish I knew what you were talking about.
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
No, I wish we were talking about it on the show.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No, I understand. I'm just saying I wish we were.
Because it's honest.
Basically, he made a financial move that Poundcake didn't think he should make.
This is a large value financial move.
Can we just not talk about it?
All right.
I'll tell you in the break, but it's just it's a different way of doing things than I would ever do. That's all. It was a very different way of doing things.
And he's nonchalant about it. Like, he's like, what? Because he says
he bought a condo for a side piece.
it's going to work out. No, nothing like that.
A Gumar?
Yeah.
No.
But the way it stresses Poundcake out, like, you just got it. Because I was talking to him and I was saying, like, the same thing used to stress me out about decisions that my oldest daughter would make, where she, like, I would say, hey, do this, and give her what I felt like, and, her mom would give her similar advice and try and lead her down this path, but she's just going to do what she's going to do. And so you kind of have to take a step back with people like that in your life that aren't going to listen to you and just do whatever they're going to do. And then you can't even go into I told you so mode when they come to you, go, hey, I need help. This was a mistake, blah, blah, because it just doesn't resonate with them.
Yeah, there's no point to I told you so because they're still in the situation.
Yeah.
And that's, you tisking them is not going to help their situation at all.
But again, I just don't understand how some people are programmed. And that's something, it's not even like I'm ribbing my brother for. I'm envious of that because when I get debt, like I told you, when I came off of my mom's medical insurance, health insurance, it seemed like just like when you get off of a warranty, everything in your car goes wrong. That was exactly what happened. Everything that I could get, I had a cyst on my eye, I had dental work I needed to work on, I needed new contacts, I needed everything, the most expensive procedure that you could possibly get without breaking down, I needed to get. And I had to get them because I'm like, okay, well, this is whatever. I have some insurance, so we'll see what we can do. And it was way more than I thought it would be.
Well, yeah, that's why there's people walking around with 2 teeth in their head.
But
Because they're like, nothing I can do about it. I can't afford it.
Well, I'm saying, to me, it was like a cost-benefit analysis. I'm
I
like,
understand.
Do you want to live longer or do you want to be in debt? And when I'm like, okay, I'll get in debt because I figure that's a good reason. But I'm like, what is the point if I have to worry about it all the time? And I'm like,
Your brother didn't donate a whole bunch of money to Joel Osteen, did he?
No. But I get in debt and it ruins my day. I'm like, I'm just working to pay off debt. A debt for college, debt for, to keep myself alive. What's the point? And other people, not, including my brother, but like other people just get up there, no big deal. Sign off, put your name on it. It's not real. Forget it. And I'm like, damn, I wish I could be like that. They don't care. They just, it's not worth, I'm on their side where it's not worth your mental health. And it takes effect on my mental health.
A lot of people who worry about those things, it's because they're worried about, will I be able to get a car? Will I be able to get an apartment? Will I be able to? And other people are like, I ain't going to get no apartment. I'm not worried about no car. I'll take the bus. So if you,
I love that.
It's a different level of concern. There are some people that are like, man, I know my station in life and
Yeah, and I'm like screeching to survive. And I'm like,
well, stop taking out vacation loans with your friends then.
But they offer to pay.
But you have to pay them back.
But I do pay them back. And
all right. Are you still paying anyone for vacations?
No.
Okay,
no.
good. All right.
And that's the thing. Like, it's another cost-benefit analysis. I'm like, I can go.
But that is you taking out loans. You're just doing it with your friends.
It's not really.
It is. If you owe another person money, that's a loan.
I understand that. But other than that Mexico trip, I didn't loan. That was the only one I got a loan for. And it was because it was my friend's 40th birthday. I'm never going to be able to do that again. Everything else, I paid out of pocket.
I thought Colorado you had to borrow money.
It was a couple $100 and I just didn't want to pay it. So yes, it was a low.
It's a combination of him not having money and having it and not wanting to pay anybody.
That was also a fluke because it was a special occasion. I had just gone to Vegas and then they planned Colorado and I was like, I didn't want to go, and they're like, you got to go. It's the 30th birthday extravaganza.
It's like my son. My son is 22, and all of his friends are these crazy rich kids. And so I go, son, listen, I have always provided financially for my kids. And whatever goes above and beyond that, I'm like, anytime I can help you, I will help you. But I ain't giving you thousands of dollars to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not doing it. I'm like, you have all these friends, and they're good kids, man. They're not douchebags or anything. They just are from rich families. So they're like, we're going skiing in Telluride or whatever. I'm like, homie, I'm not. I'm like, once in a while, if I can, help out a little bit, I will. But I'm not. I got other concerns. So it's people, some people trying to keep up, and other people go the exact opposite way. They're like, I ain't trying to keep up with anybody.
Yeah, I wish I just had like child support, but not a child. Just some money I could just do, just a little allowance each day, and
a stipend.
But that's why you're going back into the weddings thing and getting
that's what I'm saying.
A little more. You're turning up your hustle.
That's what I'm saying. I'll have 3 jobs come wedding season, and still scraping by. So these people.
Well, there's no excuse for that though. You shouldn't be working 3 jobs and still scraping by.
Well, my medical bills, and I'm not going to pay, just because I work this season with weddings doesn't mean I'm going to pay off my student loans. No, but you can pay those off for the next. I paid mine off. It took me 30 years. I mean. Okay, well, I don't scraping by. Well, yeah, I guess I would say I have an apartment with a roommate. What do you consider scraping by?
Well, you tell me. You said I'm still scraping by.
I mean, if
I cut financial. I cut
scraping by is when you are.
Not
late on rent and
stuff like that. Do I pay the light bill or eat?
Okay, no, I'm not like that.
You're comfortable.
But I have...
You're talking about scraping by that like you can't go on more vacations.
I live within my means.
Well, that's not scraping by.
No, that's good. That's the way you should live. That's
what I'm saying. I live within my means. And a lot of people are like, if you can get a loan for it, why not?
No. And pay 34% interest, these people that take these things out.
Because they always regret it.
Why do I not have any money?
If you could get a loan, if you could get the government to pay for it,
because you're paying
you?
$600 a month and $100 of it's going toward the principal. I mean, that's not, holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
And as unbothered as your brother acts, I don't think he's as unbothered. I think he thinks he's trying
to play it cool.
No, he's trying to play ahead. He's like, oh, well, if I do this and this and this, then it's all going to be okay. But he's thinking of money he doesn't even have yet to
He's selling
justify
Amway, isn't
other
he?
stuff.
No.
Oh. He got himself into a pyramid scheme. All right.
No.
There's this guy, Bernie Madoff. He told me my returns are going to be bananas. Literal bananas. He didn't have any money. Okay, well, I hope it works out.
Me too. Fingers crossed.
But I'm most excited about the return of MC weddings
Me too.
in 2023.
I'm excited for all the outfits. I'm going to document a lot more.
If you are planning on getting married, you're tying the knot in 2023, and there's only one element missing from your nuptials. It's the entertainment. It's the DJ. It's the MC. Hit up Young Poundcake.
But you're not just doing weddings. You're doing all the different events that they do, like birthdays and bar mitzvahs and stuff like that.
Homecomings, proms, anything that needs like a live event host. I'm your helpful Brown.
Alan, the only time Poundcake's scraping by is when his car drives up a hill.
Can you play the little horn while I screech?
Hold on. I'll find you your horn, and then you make your one sound effect. Oh, there's the Brown Mobile. All right, I got a break. I'll have another $1,000 for you at 3:30 coming up. Next chance for you to go fund to yourself. Listen for those keywords. There's plenty of them coming. After the break, you want to get yourself to the boat show? Maybe you've got some money you want to put towards some nautical entertainment. The Progressive Cleveland Boat Show is back, and I'll have a 4-pack of passes for you. It's next weekend at the IX Center. So we'll do that coming back. 35192 if you want to text for anything else.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show.
On iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio Alter Ego 2023.
Presented by Capital One. Tickets are completely sold out.
So you can go to church and pray to be there if you want. Or you can keep it here, listen for keywords, text them in to win your trip to see
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Fall Out Boy.
Jack White.
What's the trick?
Muse.
Phoenix. Churches.
beach weather.
And Rosalind.
So start praying now.
Chili Peppers, Jack White Muse, Fall Out Boy, Phoenix, churches too.
Or win your way in soon right here.
Alter Ego, presented by Capital One.
Watch for free only on VEEPS.com.
What's the trick?
Have questions about your insurance? Like, what if I don't understand my policy? State Farm is there for your what ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com to get a quote today.
From the Universal Windows Direct Weather Center, WMMS Weather.
Scattered flurries and snow showers for your Friday with variably cloudy skies and highs in the 30s. More of the same tonight with overnight lows around 30. For your Saturday,